not gonna lie, I have a bit of a guilty pleasure for this one, mostly because I accidentally kind of caused it to get designed in the first place. Hello everybody, welcome to Vicious RV. My name is Josh the RV Nerd, and behind us here, we've got the 252 RBS Freedom Express here at my hometown store in Coldwater, Michigan. And this is, first of all, it's an awesome model, but again, I've got a sweet spot for it because it's kind of my baby. Basically, they had a previous model very similar to this called a 248, and I said, man, what if instead of just a common jackknife sofa, you built it with a theater seat? And they said, that's a heck of an idea, and there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. But the thing is, this is it's a true under 30-foot travel trailer with wide stance stability axles for some easy towing, and with a 7,600-pound maximum weight with fully loaded cargo and everything. I think this very nicely qualifies for the general descriptor of half-ton towable, although there might be a couple lesser capable half-tons that maybe aren't appropriate for this one. Always check that individually. But this is an under 30-foot travel trailer with a big bathroom, a full-size camp kitchen with a real sink and a drain, some awesome towing safety features including TPMS, private bedroom with a true queen bed with an awesome easy lift storage system below it. You can get it with a hide-a-bed with a theater seat. It is carpetless, it is ventless, taller ceiling, central air, bigger shower. This thing rocks my socks. If it was me and my wife, we were just gonna get a couples camper today, this is solidly in my personal top 3. There's a few of them out there that really get my goat, and this is certainly one of them. It has a couple hiccups, and I'll go ahead and volunteer this. This RV very heavily relies on the fact that it has an outside camp kitchen, and a good one, and an outside picnic table standard from the factory, because the kitchen inside is very limited, and you'll see that for yourself as we go. I'll show you the good, the bad, with everything in between, and if you like that, hit subscribe, and as we go, let me know what you like about this one, and what would you change or get rid of given the opportunity.
And right away, right when you step inside, you see how that, we're basically at the position of the theater seat. I'm technically standing in the bedroom, but you get the idea. You're staring straight across from the entertainment center here, and despite the fact that this is a very heavily partitioned RV, separate bedroom, living room, kitchen, and bathroom, which can sometimes make the RV look small. This one doesn't really look and feel small because it has that taller ceiling, and there's something visual when the slide flooring matches the main flooring. To me, it just makes the whole RV look and feel bigger. So we're carpetless, we're ventless, we're easy cleaning. I'm trying to remember. I swear the slide fascia was a little brighter, a little more yellow last year, and I think they just kind of softened that up, gave it a little bit more of a natural wood tone. Doesn't look quite so processed. I'm kind of a fan. Now, in that bigger ceiling, you have centralized air conditioning. You also have the option of outfitting this with either the factory standard 13,500 BTU or the 15,000 BTU upgrade. And you have your choice between a theater seat and a hide-a-bed. We're looking at a theater seat today, but man, for me, this just makes the most sense. It puts us straight across from that entertainment center at an easy viewing angle. I believe you could put a table and chairs over here if you preferred. There's an option I really want to see on this RV. Well, it's not even a standard factory option. It's a special request, and I've not been able to get them to build it for me yet, but I want your input on this. What if instead of the dinette in that slide, it had a hide-a-bed with a free floating table, and then you still had the theater seat in the position where we are sitting currently, a double Dinofa couples camper that with that floating table. Well, not to mention the RV actually has its own picnic table outside, but I kind of like to leave outside stuff outside. By the way, I don't always take the time to showcase this. Some outlets under the overhead cabinets right there. I would love, I guess, what kind of furniture arrangement would you want on this one? Would you want the double Dinofa, theater seat, hide-a-bed, table and chairs? Leave me a note and let me know. There's also a light and dark fabric decor selection on these. Now, today we're looking at the gas electric 8 cubic fridge swaption. The standard on this would actually be a larger 10.7 cubic foot 12 volt DC compressor fridge. Freedom Express actually had been offering those as optional way before it was cool. I used to really say, man, I didn't dislike them before I learned more about them. And it's kind of funny how sometimes a little bit of an education really, changes your perspective on things. Sometimes it's better to learn about things rather than just be afraid of them. Notice how all the windows around here, they all open for excellent airflow. And the theater seat that we're looking at over here, that is heat and massage, by the way. But the kitchen being a little bit limited, that's where sometimes you might really like these extra cabinets up here. So opening those up, taking a look around, all pocket screwed cabinetry. You see that theater seat in action. That table inside is free floating, so technically there's nothing that says you couldn't just pull that over in front of the sofa to be able to eat over there. That obviously folds down into a sleeper, but the entire entertainment center is also kitchen pantry storage, and I think it's really one of the things that makes this floor plan work so well. But what's interesting is that tall pantry behind the television. One side's a dedicated pantry, one side is convertible. Could be pantry, could be closet, could be a little bit of either one. So you really have an option of customizing how you set up your storage. And that also holds true when we get into the bathroom space, which is very cool. Now, you may have noticed a white sink. It's not plastic. That's actually stone cast. It is 500 degree rated and basically carries the benefits of stainless without the ability to get, dented and rust out the way a stainless sink potentially could. Very cool stuff. Now, moving back here to the bathroom. This, I think some folks are going to like the space they get back here, and then there's some folks who are not going to like the shower, but I'm going to show it, and I would like you to leave me a comment, again, as we go through the entire video. What do you like? What do you dislike? All that kind of stuff. So it's a small countertop sink area, but I think just enough to get in here to wash your hands, to brush your teeth, what have you. The RV having a 6'9" ceiling means there's plenty of headroom in that shower, but it's a radius shower. And I know some people really do not prefer those radius showers. The RV is tall enough, it doesn't bother me. And I'm not a very wide person, so it handles me just fine. I could see a bigger person, maybe not really liking this one right here. Different strokes, different folks. We have different RVs for different purposes. Porcelain foot flush stool with some very solid room around it. Although, take a look at this here. The little towel rack that's right behind it, if you're not paying attention, you snap your head backwards for some reason on the toilet, you might knock your noggin on that thing a little bit. So exercise a little caution. And remember I said customizable storage in the bathroom area. Above the outside camp kitchen, you have a huge chunk of storage, which, as you notice, actually had a little hanging rack in it as well. Now, we've already kind of seen everything from this direction. I just sort of, as you're walking out of the bathroom, want to, finish up the entire sort of angle and view of everything here. Moving our way forward. By the way, this is interesting. I think this could be a neat, cool little nightlight. They've been doing this for ages. It's actually like a two-stage little light under the overhead cabinet. I think that's nice. You can really brighten it up for actual prep work, or I can sort of dim it down if you need. That is shade prepped, the window in the door, by the way. And you may have noticed how we do have a full pocket privacy door here, leading us into the very private front bedroom. Now, these are easy to miss, but there are household and USB outlets on both sides of the bed. This is a 60 by 80 True Queen, so you can very easily find sheets that fit this. You can easily replace the mattress with something else of your choice. TV hookups naturally up and around the corner. I don't think I've ever seen a used one of these come in on trade. People who buy this floor plan tend to keep it for just a very long time. And notice how I kind of pulled that shade down over the front windshield a little bit, so you don't feel like you're an ant cooking under a magnifying glass or anything like that. But one of the things that's cool on this one, again, is that easy lift vaulted bed storage system right there. Great little spot for maybe a small dog bed or something down in between. But one of the brilliant things they did here is they put the dresser drawers so that they open outward. So you don't necessarily have to lift the bed every time you want to try to access anything under here. I thought that was just one of the smartest decisions they made on this camper. But I need your input on something. So we've got those household and USB outlets on the face of the side stand beside the bed. But look at how deep that is right there. Have you seen the travel trailers, the manufacturers, who will actually put a headboard like pocket up there so that you would have a place to set like a phone charger or a small fan or a book or anything like that? Maybe even just your wallet or your phone if you want to try to keep it away from the kids or somebody. I like having a phone charger right next to my bed. I would love it if they did those headboard cutaway power pockets, for lack of a better explanation. But that's my opinion. Would you rather have the side stands and the outlets as they are now, or would you rather have them up here? And the thing is, I think if they made the change, I don't think it would really change the cost of the RV at all. It's just moving from place A to place B. Now, just to kind of complete the visual, from the bed here, you know, from the headboard area looking forward, I will tell you, sitting here, it's not even that hot today. That windshield on the front, absolutely cooking my forehead right now, and I don't have the hair to protect it anymore. People don't realize how much your hair protects your head from getting all banged up. I've always got something smashed up on my head. Anyway, with the slide closed, this is one of the other awesome qualities on this RV. You don't have access to the television with the slide closed. I don't know that that's really the most important thing for a travel stop, but the bed, the kitchen, the bathroom, this RV is seriously Cracker Barrel compliant. It's also very handy if you need to get into the RV if it's parked in storage somewhere where you can't open the slide. And I just like taking the time to close the slide and show you around this. And if this is helpful to you, if you appreciate the extra effort that we go showing you all the storage and all this extra stuff, please hit that subscribe button and let's get rolling outside.
All right, so outside here, let's talk towing. What does it take to move this thing around safely? We kind of touched on this when the video first began, but with this thing being legitimately less than 30 feet, albeit pretty darn close, and that's a tip to tail measurement, mind you, and with this having a maximum weight fully loaded of about 7,600 pounds and wide stance stability axles, I do believe this little double Azdel Ultralite here, Azdel on the inside and outside layers of the walls, nicely qualifies for the generalized descriptor of half-ton towable. Now, you know, there's not a guarantee that every single half-ton will handle this one, but by and large, most of them should handle this one pretty darn nicely. And I also want to bring you over here to help showcase the fact that you have a full pass-through with big baggage doors on both sides instead of just one or the other. And by the way, while we're looking at this, like, this is an RV that has a heavy use of aluminum structuring. Now, if you look under the bed, you see aluminum skeleton work right there. A lot of RVs that have a lot of aluminum skeleton, you don't see it under the bed. What you see under the bed is not necessarily an indicator of how the RV as a whole is built. Now, you see that little bracket at the top of the pass-through there. That basically is a little holder and mount for the indoor-outdoor picnic table that is included with this one. So what's kind of interesting on that, like this one has a dinette, and apologies for the background noise, I'm like one parking space right next to the highway, and it just kind of is what it is. There's a truck trying not to squish me right now, which I appreciate. And I'm going to demonstrate my appreciation for that by getting out of their way. And in the meantime, what I can show you is not only does this have magnet holdbacks, it actually has latched magnet holdbacks so that it doesn't, you know, drop down on you. Now, it is a fully protected piano hinge on that baggage door. The big camp kitchen compartment door is a slam latch, which is nice. Those other compartment doors are not. I believe that's something that they reserve for the next trim package up on this, the Liberty Edition, although this floor plan not available in Liberty. I called this a double Azdel Ultralite. If you don't know what that is, Azdel is a wood panel substitute. It's in the sidewalls of this RV. It's the layer below the fiberglass and just below the wallpaper on the inside of the RV. And what that is doing for us is it weighs less, it reduces noise. The Azdel itself is quite literally waterproof. Now, what that does not mean is that this wall is necessarily waterproof or impervious to any sort of water exposure. But let's say, God forbid, you have a leak. An Azdel wall like this, it takes a lot more for it to actually fail and delaminate. So it's just another peace of mind thing. It also knocks down some noise in the RV, which is nice. You see the stable steps, now standard. Also some TV hookups just in front of that. Over here, again, that wide stance stability axle system. This, it's kind of like if you're trying to stay sturdy on your own feet. If you spread your feet apart, you're going to be more sturdy and more stable. That's kind of what you're getting from this suspension system. What that's going to do is it's going to help control and eliminate sway, bounce, and wiggle in transit. Although That is not, I feel, a replacement for a proper weight distributing, load leveling, anti-sway system. So keep that in mind. Here's a look at that table that we kind of just previewed earlier. Get used to seeing that little sneak peek footage instead of tearing open every one of these tables every time I get one in. I'm probably just going to recycle a little bit of footage moving forward this year. Now, the outside kitchen, you notice, is enclosed under, or at least encapsulated or covered by, whatever you want to call it, the patio awning. So what's kind of nice about that is on a rainy day, you can still sneak outside because remember, with this RV having a limited inside kitchen, you may find yourself using this outside kitchen more than less. Now, a lot of people don't do a lot of cooking inside of their RVs because of the smells, the moisture, the humidity, all that kind of stuff that you're introducing. Sometimes it is really nice to be able to come out here and cook. And if you are really stuck inside on an awful rainy day, of course you do have just enough kitchen inside to get you through. Now again, we are kind of wedged right in here, but as you see, this RV does have itself a full roof ladder up there. And giving you just a quick look around that, you notice that these by default are factory roof solar prepped. Now you can also get from the factory a 175 watt roof panel that comes with a 30 amp charge controller. So what that would mean is that you can get enough solar from the factory to pretty much offset the demands of that 12 volt fridge, assuming you have good sun coverage. But also, if you wanted to expand on it a little bit, the charge controller could handle some expansion. And speaking of being able to handle some expansion, with the weight I've been putting on, these stretchy slacks my wife got me, 5 stars, would recommend. Now, as sweet as I am on this one, maybe it isn't exactly the right one for you. Maybe it's close but no cigar. I'll leave you a couple similar campers down in the video description. Maybe one of those, well, will be cigar. That doesn't sound right, but like in that context, it makes sense, right? I'm not gonna overthink it. Not thinking is what I do best, ladies and gentlemen. So moving on from there, if you're new with us and if you like the fair way we showcase things, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And short of that, leave me some comments. Let me know what you think about this one. Good, bad, ugly, or in between. So take care, stay safe, have fun, happy camping, everyone.